Hi everyone. I wanted to give you a glimpse of the 8th grade ABEKA homeschool program. Now this is the video manual for the ABEKA 8th grade. Now some of these books will be the same whether or not you're using the video or not. So here is just a quick glance at some of, or basically all of the ABEKA 8th grade curriculum. So first we're going to start off with your homeschool pre-algebra video manual. So all the video manuals are basically the same. They all have what to do for each lesson from day 1 to day 56. They tell you when there's homework to be due. They tell you when to turn the video on, when you have a quick quiz, when you have a test. So I use this as a guide for each day to see what's going to be taking place next. This book has gotten a lot of use. Pre-algebra was good, but it was a little intense. There is a lot of work that is involved. Now you can see where I have the M there above lesson 20, and then lesson 19 I have the fry. So those are for the days of the week that we will be doing those lessons. So also in the pre-algebra book you will find the answers to the quick quizzes that your child will receive. You also will have a list of the classwork problems that they go over on the video. So these are the ones that the actual children in the video are actually doing. So you can choose to do these problems at home. And on the back of each video manual, there's the end, and there's a place for you to keep your progress reports where you can fill in their name, the grades that they received, their quiz grades. Now, this is a duplicate copy. I did complete this one for my son. He's already completed the 8th grade. So, here is the solution key for pre-algebra. Now, this is like the holy grail for me. This tells you specifically how to answer the math problems that are in the textbook, which I will show you in a minute. So, unless you're a math whiz, I recommend that you purchase this. So it tells you how to do the problems, what they're for, what chapter they're for of the book. And it's just really helpful, especially when you're busy and you don't want to have to sit there and figure it out. The problems are in here. Now, my son has already completed 8th grade, as I said. So I put all of his 8th grade work in a binder. So I did tear out the sheets. Some people don't tear out the sheets. They use the actual book. But for math, I chose to tear out the sheets to give him more room to work. So this is basically the whole book. He's completed the work. We've gone over it, and it has what he's done, some geometry that they went over. So we would use this binder to go back and view the material. Now they do in 8th grade ABEKA, they have, I'm trying to find one, where they have additional work, extra exercises that they can do, extra learning that they can do. But we never did any of those. It was intense enough for us just to do the assigned work plus any extras. So that is his math book. Now, if you're unaccredited, you can do as much as you want or as little as you want. That's that. Here's the quiz and test key that they give you for pre-algebra. So if you were to open it up, you would see the answers to the quizzes and the tests. They're all in this book. And then, of course, he's already completed the quizzes and the tests, so I do not have that sheet to show you, but I do have just what it looks like. It looks like this. This one's lighter than your key. So yeah, that's what you would get. That would have all the original quizzes and tests. So that is pre-algebra for 8th grade. Now moving on to English. English is It's good. I loved his English 8 teacher that he had for the video. I thought she was phenomenal. She did a great job. It's a lot of work for English. English has a lot of work, a lot of reading. A lot of book reports, the research paper that they do. Now this also has the spelling in it. So this is for spelling, this is for grammar, and this is for the literature. Okay, all 3 of them. So you would have to read what was required for each day, your vocabulary, review these lists. OP is your literature, and there's your grammar sheets. Tells you what you need, what's due, your speed and comprehension check. So I wrote over here, thesis is due. So there is a lot going on. So it's the same setup as the other video manual. Now let's take a look at the actual grammar book. So I did not tear out the sheets in here. He used this book to store all the sheets in. So you have your English. There's some adjective clauses. A lot of work here, pronouns. And in the back, it goes over the compositions, your review, using words, compound, and a lot of diagramming that we did. Just a lot of work in general. But it's a good program. Grammar it's executed very well through ABEKA. So there's the grammar. And then I will show you, you get your teacher key. So it has all the answers in it. So when you're in a hurry, you can just look through here. It tells you the answers. Tells you how to diagram them so you don't have to go back and figure it out. So it makes for really quick. Now the spelling program was one of my child's favorite. He's very good in spelling. For some reason, he never really has to study. He just knows it. And in the back, they have the poems that they have to memorize and recite. Sometimes they have to write them down. Here's your answer teacher key for the spelling. So it gives you the answers to the vocab, to the drills that they do. Now here is the of places literature. So their literature is good. I've had some parents tell me that their children are not interested in the stories. And they have poems too. They are a little different. Usually you will have homework. So your homework will be to read a portion of the literature. Then you have to do your grammar book. Then you have to do your book report book as well. You have to read that in addition to reading this book. So it's a lot of reading. So unless your child is a really fast and good reader, it can be a lot of reading. So here is the of places literature for the questions that they ask you in the book. It shows you where you can find the questions, what page it's on, and just some basic questions to ask. And here's your tests with the speed and comprehension. So they will be required to read a story. You time them. You take the book away. You give them the quiz. And here's the answers to those quizzes would be in this booklet. So there's your grammar. So what's next? We usually went, I forgot to do Bible, but Bible is usually first if you do the video program. So Bible is usually first. My son loved his Bible teacher. We love the Bible program. They did Acts, Joshua, and Judges. So it's the same drill with the video manual. It tells you what to do each day, what Bible verses he's expected to study, when to turn on the video. It's really thorough and it covers a lot of material. So that's that. Then they need their King James Bible. You can find one on Amazon for cheap. They're only like $5. And they go in and they recite certain passages. They write the passage down or they orally recite it to you. So we really enjoyed the Bible. And they had the sing and praises hymn and choruses. I don't know if this comes with the 8th grade curriculum pack. I don't think it does. I think I ordered this separately because when I started 9th grade this year, I got another one. So I don't think it was required. I just went ahead and got it for him. As you see, they go over some songs. My son loves singing the songs. It's just a great Bible program. And then here is the teacher test key that you get. There's Joshua and Judges and the book of Acts, and then he, of course, has already completed the tests, and they're filed away in a binder. So we would do Bible, we would do math, we would do language, and then we would go over science. Now, my children are good in science, but only particular parts of science. They love the solar system, they love the planets. Of course, most children do. They love biology, plants, cells, human anatomy. But for some reason, Earth, their space is in here, but Earth, the study of Earth was kind of, you know, when they have the weather and all that, not as interesting to my children. So the same principle with the video manual. It tells you day by day what to do, when to do it, when your tests are. And then here is the textbook for science, Earth, and space. So I will try to flip on it. So as soon as I open it up, it's on storms and forecasting and the stages of a thunderstorm. So, you know, he highlights the parts that he needs to know. Of course, he reads the whole thing. And this was just not their cup of tea. Here's the solar system. They love the solar system. But before that, it's a lot of weather, a lot of formation of mountains. It does go over uniformitarianism, evolution, which my children like. They do like, you know, the gemstones and the elements. They do love that. But it was not their favorite book because it covered more about the Earth than about space. Here's some more layers, the layers of the atmosphere. So they're looking forward to biology and chemistry. That's one of my son's favorite, is chemistry. So here is the answer key to the questions that they ask you. So they're required, let me try to find, oops, that one got torn, a homework spot. Of course, I can't find it when I'm here. So here's your section review. It asks what the questions are, and here is the science and textbook. So it has the answers in there to the questions that you have. They have to do. Okay, so there's science. There's the teacher manual. Here's your lovely test key that gives you the answers. And you know what? These tests, they're kind of long. They're long as my college tests were. They were very long. So if your child can keep up with ABEKA, I think you're good to go for college. So here's your quiz key. And here's these are empty because we completed them. But they would be full of the tests. They're the lighter grade. So there's student tests, your student quizzes. They also have an activity book. So we did most of the activities that were in here. It also goes over the project that they do. They always do a project that requires a research paper, a hypothesis, a problem, your background paper for your STEM project. So that's pretty intense. STEM project, a lot of parents, if you're unaccredited, they don't do it. We did it. Yeah, so it gets them used to lab reports and all that good fun stuff. So here's the activity book answer key. So as soon as I pull it up, it shows you the continental shelves, so, and the oceans. So it shows you the answer key. They had these scrambles, which we did all of these. And here's the solar system, which they did really, really enjoy. Okay, so that's science. And then we ended our day with history. History is my son's probably second favorite after Bible. He's really good with history. He's really good with geography. I've never really had to teach him anything. It just comes to him. He just sees it and he memorizes it and he knows it. So here is the history. You have your video manual, your American, your love, your geography studies of the Western Hemisphere, and then you have your civics and activity book. So I'm not going to open this because it's the same as the other ones. Here is the textbook for America, Land That I Love. ABEKA is known for having great history. I love their history program. I think it's very thorough. It covers a lot of nationalities. It covers, this is mainly about America, but it does cover, if you go through 5th, 6th, 7th grade, it covers a lot. I've learned so much just through the ABEKA program a lot more than I've ever learned in a public school system or in college for that matter. I've learned more through this ABEKA program. They do have the chapter review. They do have to do their homework. And then my son, he goes and he puts them in a notebook. And he is able to just read them, answer the questions, and then I check them to make sure that they're accurate. So this is the 8th grade. They go over the U.S. presidents. They learn the U.S. presidents. My son already knows the presidents. He's just good at memorizing them and knowing them. So there's that. And here is the answer key for the ABEKA series for America Land of Love. Here is your test key. There is your quiz key. Then you will get the Geography Studies and Projects of the Western Hemisphere, the activity book. Now my son loved these. He did these. I'm trying to find where his binder is, but I don't really... Oh, here it is. I will show you quickly if I can. There's his grammar. I think maybe... I don't know. I don't know where I put his quizzes for... Oh, here they are. They're back here. So he gets a happy face. So some of these he kept in his room because he likes to go back and look over them, and some of them I stored away. But for the most part, he loves the geography, and we're getting excited about 9th grade geography as well. So let me just flip through. Here's your teacher key, and it tells you, because goodness knows I don't know where all these are. I am not very good with geography at all, but he is, so I'm thankful. So here's his book where he puts the homework. And he answers the questions. This is book 2. There was another book where he puts the answers. And here's your civics activity book, where they basically go over the Declaration of Independence, the Mayflower Compact, the important documents. They go over the states. They go over the branches of the government. Where is that at? They go over the branches of the government, how to fold the flag, and the branches of the government. So this is, a lot of this he completed separately. So this is really good too. It's your introduction to civics in 8th grade. Now, they also require phys ed, physical education, 8th grade. My son swims. He does the USA swimming program that's local through our local team. So I call it ABEKA, and swimming counts because he swims for 2 hours a day. And he does land exercises as well. But basically, you have to have them conditioned. You record their charts. Do they do weight training? Do they run? Do they do any of these exercise programs? And this is really thorough. It is really intense. But they okayed his swimming. So I was thankful for that. That would count. So those are basically all the books that I have for ABEKA 8th grade homeschool curriculum. So hopefully this video turned out and you were able to see it. And if you have any comments, or if you want to add anything, or you have any questions, or you just want to talk about the homeschool curriculum, just leave me a comment and I will respond as soon as I can. And thank you all for watching. And happy homeschooling. Take care. God bless.